Welcome to Vsb News Online for Thursday, February the 26th. I'm Charles Webb. 5 buildings in the city of Hamilton were defaced overnight by someone armed with a paint spray can. The phrase, "ISIS is coming," appeared on the back wall of the cabinet and on an odd collection of private businesses, setting in motion a police investigation and a cleanup that was more irritating than it was alarming. But Detective Superintendent Darren Simons said that while there is no cause to fear a security issue, the police were taking it seriously.
The Bermuda Police Service has received 5 separate reports of willful damage in the city of Hamilton. It appears that an individual or individuals spray painted buildings in the city overnight. As of 11 a.m. this morning, the affected locations are the rear of the Cabinet Building on Reed Street, the Global House on Church Street, the Chatterbox Cafe on Reed Street, the Defonts Building on Reed Street, and 129 Front Street. From time to time, incidents of this nature occur where individuals use graffiti to write hateful messages. On this occasion, given the global context, the impact of the message may raise anxiety within the community. The Bermuda Police Service would like to assure the public that we take this matter seriously, and an investigation has commenced. We are a close-knit community, and to date, neither information from the public nor our own intelligence systems have raised any particular concerns in this regard. We are appealing to the community to play their part by simply passing on information that may assist us in identifying the person or persons responsible for these acts of vandalism. Any information you have, no matter how insignificant it may seem to you, should be passed on to Inspector Mark Clark of the Criminal Investigation Unit. He can be reached at 247-1744. Alternately, you can use Crime Stoppers, which is 800-8477.
He was asked by Vsb News' Brian Darby if attaching too much attention to the act, which was regarded by law as a minor offense, might bring the perpetrator to the attention he or she desired.
There's always that risk, and that risk needs to be balanced against the need to reassure the public that the police are responding appropriately, that we take this matter seriously, so that there's that balance that needs to be strived for.
Bermuda businesses can gain a variety of benefits if they are paid members of the Bermuda Economic Development Corporation. This was emphasized during a launch today of BDEC's website by Home Affairs Minister Senator Michael Fay. Businesses may gain this information by going to the organization's website, and the advantages were reinforced by the Executive Director of the BEDC, Erica Smith.
The register currently contains over 5,000 listings, inclusive of contact information for local businesses, their business type, and economic activity using government codes for Bermuda classification of all economic activity. At this point in time, there is no other government department or quango that tracks this information for local companies that are not registered with the Registrar of Companies.
We do encourage businesses to go on and register. The opportunity to do so free, I think, should be taken advantage of. Where else would you get access to such information to make your business as powerful and sustained as possible without paying a fee? It will also help us to meet the government's mandate of this 20% of tenders going to small businesses. We are currently working with the Office of Procurement and Project Management to fine-tune that process. And so through the launch of the business register, if we don't have businesses on the register, then we won't be able to put that information out to them.
The Bermuda Tourism Authority's Restaurant Weeks of 2015 are now officially over. Here's a wrap-up. This year's Restaurant Weeks was the best in its 4-year history. This according to Bermuda Tourism Authority's Chief Product and Experiences Development Officer, Pat Philip Farron. It is also being tagged as the largest, with some 44 restaurants participating. In a wrap-up of the weeks, Ms. Farron said this year the restaurants were far more authentic, with some 31 restaurants offering Bermuda-inspired dishes. Oh yes, it was also technically friendly, which in simple language means its free online reservation service saw 3 times as normal traffic. But here's one I like. It was customer-focused, where the diners were asked to vote their favorite Bermuda-inspired dishes. The top 3 vote-getters in each of the price categories were Trattoria, Muse, and Red. The BTA says the culinary tourism is an untapped opportunity for Bermuda, and our local food culture is a rich story waiting to be shared. So I can't wait until next year to see what is offered during Restaurant Weeks of 2016. The next municipal election in the city of Hamilton takes place in May, and for the first time in history will involve not 1, but 3 separate elections. Minister of Home Affairs Senator Michael Fay explained how the new system will work.
Passed yesterday in the Senate the Municipalities Amendment Act 2015, which puts into place the various pieces we need to hold the elections for the municipalities, both Hamilton and St. George's, in May. And we're very excited that we got that through the Senate, because as you know, that provides for 3 elections to be held at exactly the same time. A mayoral elections where residential voters and municipal ratepayers can vote. You have an opportunity for the business ratepayers to vote for those representatives that have elected to stand as business reps. And obviously there's then the individuals who stand to represent the residents. They all will be held at the same time. What's important, and we made it very clear, and I think all parties said this yesterday, that notwithstanding the fact that there are different individuals standing in different elections, it's important that all those who are standing represent the entire city. You recall that what we were trying to achieve in respect of this particular act is to ensure that residents continue to obtain the benefits of voting and also are protected with an absolute minimum number of councillors depending on the proportion. But there will always be a minimum number no matter how many people in fact vote, and that's actually very important.
Now, there was an issue last time where residents of the Salvation Army were bussed in to vote, and there was some concern whether they were actually legitimately residents of the city.
In terms of who's legitimately able to vote, that's actually a matter for the parliamentary registrar. If you are a resident of the city and can provide to the parliamentary registrar the proof of that, and you are on the Parliamentary Election Act register, then you should be able to vote. In terms of whatever shenanigans and allegations are out there, I don't know. I don't know.
And we'll be back with more news right after this.
The Marketplace Food Court is you and your family's one-stop shop. Start your day at the Breakfast Bar with omelets made to order and traditional Bermuda codfish breakfast. The chefs will cook lunch and dinner to your liking. Along with the salad bar, sandwich bar, sushi bar, and fruit bar, the Marketplace Food Court is your kitchen away from home. Every day is hassle-free with nutritious meals from the Marketplace Food Court. Visit us 7 days a week. Homemade cooking, quality service, all at prices you can count on.
ACBDA, the company created by the government to oversee the local aspects of the America's Cup project over the next 3 years, is keen for the public to know what it has accomplished since it opened its doors in January. CEO Michael Winfield has issued a 1-month progress report in which he describes a roadmap going forward. Vsb News' Brian Darby brings us the bones of the report.
Mr. Winfield said that while the ASBDA was in the beginning stage to engage the wider community in America Cup-related activities, it was making progress. Within the next few weeks, it would be selecting a public relations and communication team to assist them in the very important task of community engagement and outreach. It was pleased to have interest from 11 parties, and the Communications Committee ultimately reviewed the 8 proposals submitted by organizations and individual alliances. Among other items accomplished, the Board of Directors was announced in January 2015. It issued a Public Relations and Communications Partner Request for Proposal in January 2015. issued an RFP technical software and hardware support for the small office in January, issued an RFPP for dockyard site preparation contractors in February, met with representatives groups such as the Bermuda Economic Development Corporation, Bermuda Tourism Authority, Chamber of Commerce, Ascendant, representative groups of the Bermuda Sailing Community, St. George's, the Corporation of Hamilton, charter boat operators, BEST, and related environmental entities, to name but a few. It worked with Team Oracle and Team Artemis, assisting with the design of their bases and advancing the overall design of the event village. It assisted ACEA and teams with housing, school, and related location issues, prepared an initial budget, and discussed overall planning, permission, and environmental issues. Finally, setting up the office for the ACBDA and ACEA offices, which will open March 2015. Brian Darby reporting for VSB News.
An occupied house was being prepared for renovation on Talavera Lane, St. George, was the scene of a fire last night that caused minor structural damage but extensive heat and smoke damage throughout the split-level building. The Bermuda Fire and Rescue Service attended the blaze, and 3 firefighters with breathing apparatus went in to extinguish it. The area has been cordoned off to keep surrounding residents at a safe distance until the building has been checked for the presence of asbestos. And now we turn to Earl Baisden with the latest from the sports desk.
The Bermuda Football Association today announced that persons wishing to purchase tickets for the upcoming friendly matches between Bermuda and Grenada and the World Cup qualifying match against the Bahamas at the National Sports Center can do so online or from various outlets in Hamilton. Making today's announcement was the Bermuda Football Association's General Secretary, David Sabir.
The first match between Grenada and Bermuda will be played on Friday, March the 6th at 8:30 p.m. at the National Sports Center. The second match will be played on Sunday, March the 8th, also at the National Sports Center, kickoff at 3 p.m. The Bermuda Football Association has set the following ticket prices for these 2 matches. $25 exclusively for adults, $15 for children under 12 and seniors. We want to also outline an incentive program for those persons who are also considering purchasing tickets for the upcoming FIFA World Cup qualifying match versus Bahamas. In this regard, we are offering a 3-match special, meaning if you purchase the tickets for Grenada on the 6th and the 8th, as well as the ticket for Bahamas, which is $30 for general admission adults and $15 for children under 12 and seniors. If you purchase the 3-match package, we are offering that at a very, very attractive price of $65.
Bermuda being selected as the venue for the next America's Cup has had a serious impact on New Zealand teams' finances and sponsorship funding, reducing the budget by some 20 million New Zealand dollars, and each team member has taken a significant pay cut, the team has said. This came as the New Zealand team announced it had completed the restructuring process that came out of the team's wide review after the 2013 America's Cup, and Dean Barker will no longer be at the helm for the team. According to a report from the New Zealand press, Barker has said he's absolutely gutted in the way he's been treated by Team New Zealand and the management in this whole process. As it pertains to Bermuda, the team's media release said, "It should be noted that the announcement of Bermuda as the venue for the next America's Cup Series has had a serious impact on the team's finances and sponsorship funding, reducing the budget by some 20 million New Zealand dollars. This meant the team had to reduce its remuneration budget, and each team member has, as a result, taken a significant pay cut. Additionally, several $1 million has been axed from the operation budget, leading to scrapping one of the foiling AC-45s that they had planned, and consequently, the elimination of one of the planned Houseman positions. Michael Franklin began taking part in the MUR Open Squash Pro-Am tournament in Calgary, Canada. Franklin won his first match against Lewis Doughty from England. He won 11-9, 11-9, 11-4. The Bermuda School Sports Federation hosted the primary school flag football tournament at the National Sports Center yesterday. Salters were crowned the boys A champions, while St. George's Pratt were crowned the boys B champions. Work Academy claimed the girls championship title. Salters defeated Work Academy 5-2 in the boys A final. Salters had defeated East End Primary 7-2 in their semifinal, while Work Academy defeated Prospect Primary 4-2 in the other. St. George's Pratt defeated Work Academy 4-3 in the boys B final. They had previously defeated Purvis Primary 7-0 in their semifinal, while Work Academy had defeated Salters 7-6 in the other. Work Academy defeated MSA in the girls final 6-1. Work Academy advanced to the finals after defeating Salters 5-2, and MSA defeated Work Academy's second team 2-1. It was also high school rugby league action. Round 4 saw Work Academy defeat Salters 32-12, while Barclay went down 10-7 to the Bermuda Institute. Only one game was on tap in the Sal 1 Island Basketball League inside the Summersfield Academy Gymnasium last night. The lone game needed overtime to determine a winner as the Flyboys defeated the Court Kings 66-63. Akil Smith led the Flyboys with a game-high 23 points, while Terai Wilson scored 21 points for the Court Kings. Meanwhile, the draw for the 2015 Caribbean Basketball Confederation's Championships has been held at the office of the CBC in Barbados under the direction of the Vice President of Technical Operations, Frederick Brown, and President Glenn Clark. Bermuda has been drawn in Group B alongside Antigua and Barbuda, Bahamas, Guyana, and Suriname. Kay Taplin continued competing in the Valaroma Atlantic Horse Jumping Tour in Portugal, competing once again in the 1.10-meter small tour Table A against the clock class. Taplin, riding Novantas, finished 13th, clocking a clear round time of 58:10. The North Village Rams advanced to the Corona Cup final last evening following their 5-0 win over Tough Dogs at BAA. Tariq Jennings would open the scoring when he cut in from the left and unleashed a right-footed shot that flew into the back of the net. Aljamain Zul, minutes later, made it 2-0 when he rifled a shot from the edge of the box that was mishandled by the goalkeeper and bounced into the back of the net. Jennings would score again, as well as Javon Greaves and Robert Wilson to make the final score 5-0. In Commercial League bowling action at the Warwick Lanes, it saw the Alley Pals defeat BTC 4-0. The Spinners defeated the Sunset 4-0, while Team Unsponsored defeated BPS Blue Lanterns 4-0. Sweet Life defeated Double Trouble 3-1, Livewires defeated the Brave 3-1, and Guard Do It Best defeated the Superstars 3-1. Tonight, over at the BAA field, there is First and Premier Division football action. In the 7 o'clock opener, BAA will take on Island Rangers, while at 9 p.m., it'll see Robin Hood entertain the Dandytown Hornets. I'm Earl Beeston reporting for VSB Sports.
Looking at the weather for Friday, February the 27th, it will be cloudy, increasing showers at night. Winds will be southerly and moderate to strong, decreasing to moderate by evening, veering northwesterly, light to moderate overnight. We are expecting a high near 72 and a low near 64. This weather forecast is courtesy of the Bermuda Weather Service. Thank you for watching VSB News Online for Thursday, February the 26th. I'm Charles Webb.